What's going on, guys? It's Troydan here, and today, make sure you have your tissue. Not for a session, though, but because we're watching the most emotional NFL moments. F in the chat, go.
These are the most emotional moments in NFL history. And let's start with Pat McAfee, because back in 2013, during a Colts home
He's a rustler.
game, McAfee went all out by surprising a military family with their brand new Toyota SUV. But as things seemed like they couldn't get any better,
Toyota?
walks their dad
Oh,
came
that's
back from
better!
Afghanistan.
Yo, a dad's better than a
What
Toyota!
A magical moment. Let's talk about an emotional moment that all Vikings fans will never forget. Because on
When
January
Brock Lesnar?
14th, 2018, it seemed over for the Vikings. Trailing by 1 with seconds remaining in a playoff game against the Saints, the Vikings needed a miracle. And while that didn't happen, something pretty exciting did.
What?
Since Marcus Williams made one of the biggest mistakes in NFL history by going for the ball rather than the tackle on what should have been a game-winning tackle.
Why'd he do that?
Stephon Diggs caught the ball and never looked back. As a Vikings fan, it doesn't get better than that. But now, let's move on to a moment that only happened weeks ago.
I don't know if that was that
Because during
emotional.
the
Was that
first
that
game
emotional?
Of the 2022 NFL season, Isaiah McKenzie had a surprise that no one saw coming.
A baby?
Not even his pregnant sister. Since after scoring a touchdown midway through the third quarter, McKenzie celebrated by looking straight into the camera and yelling,
Big man spike. It's a ball!
No!
And Buffalo's.
Wait, that's how he did his gender reveal?
McKenzie is
that's
a
kinda
legend
cool if
for
that's
doing
true.
this for his sister. That being said, what
Wait,
Torrey
sorry, my
Smith did for
hearing
his-
isn't as good. Did he say something about he screwed his sister? I'm really, it's the only time I'll go back.
is a legend for doing this for his sister. That being said, what Torrey Smith did for his brother on September 23rd, 2012
Stop getting
is
high.
unforgettable. You see, hours before a Week 3 matchup between the Ravens and the Patriots, Torrey's brother, Tevin Smith, tragically passed away in a motorcycle accident. So this left Smith with a decision that no man should ever have to make. Do what he loves the most, or cope with his brother's death. Yet, somehow, Smith did both. Since Smith played the best football of his life,
Let's go,
while
Smith.
dedicating the performance to his brother.
Oh,
On
dude.
that fateful night, Smith caught 6 catches for 127 yards and made 2 touchdowns in a thrilling 31-30 victory against the Patriots.
Hey!
What an emotional night for Smith and his family. Yet somehow, this isn't even the most emotional moment, since the sudden death of John Madden hit people in unexpected
John.
ways. On December 28th, 2021, the NFL world lost a legend and an icon. From making the Hall of Fame as a coach and being the face of the beloved video game franchise with his namesake, Madden, to earning 16 Sports Emmy Awards for color commentating.
I thought that was a
Football
Slammy
would
Award.
simply not be the same without John Madden. Take the words of Commissioner Roger Goodell. Nobody loved football more than Coach. He was football. He was an incredible sounding board to me and so many others. There will never be another John Madden.
Facts.
Dang, that's high
Facts.
praise. At least John Madden can rest in peace knowing he made a difference. But
Thank you,
now,
John. Thanks.
let's
Yo, shout
talk
out to
about
John
what
Madden, man.
happened to Shaquem Griffin.
Shout out to John.
Because the odds were stacked against Griffin from the day
twin?
he was born. You see, Griffin was born with amniotic band syndrome, which prevented the fingers on his left hand from fully developing.
Oh, I
And the
thought,
pain
oh
from
wow,
the
that's so
syndrome was
different.
so unbearable that at 4 years old, Griffin grabbed a butcher knife to try to cut his own hand off. So the next day, his mother took him to get his left arm amputated. From there, the rest was history, since Griffin proved to be just as good with one arm as most people are
Wait, he
with
got
two
one arm?
arms. Because this dude was
Wait,
so
hold on. What? This guy's in the N. What? I mean, that's hella impressive. I had no
good at
idea.
football that he got drafted into the NFL. And to make matters better, he got drafted to the same team as his twin brother Shaquille,
Wow.
the Seattle Seahawks.
Wow.
However, not all stories have fairy tale endings.
No, don't do
For
this.
instance, let's look at Sean Taylor's story.
What?
It's
Oh, he was
truly
the guy with the one arm. He was good though. He didn't it ended there, right? Smiles,
heartbreaking.
please.
Although at first, it seemed like Taylor was destined for the storybook ending we all dream of. Because by 2006, Taylor's life was great on and off the field. From making his first Pro Bowl with the Redskins to living happily with his fiancée and newly born daughter, Taylor appeared to have life figured out. However, this proved to not be the case, because apparently there's such a thing as being too generous.
Yeah,
Since Sean
it's
Taylor
scammed
gave all
online.
of his close relatives keys to the house, living a carefree life and giving money to whoever needed it. Unfortunately, this carelessness caused 4 burglars whom Taylor knew to sneak into his house and break into his safe with rifles. Upon hearing noises, Taylor investigated the situation, only to be shot in the upper leg. Rapidly losing blood, Taylor survived less than 24 hours after the fact, dying on November 18th,
Wait, he died?
2007.
No,
While the league grieved the loss,
you can't do that!
they honored him by placing a number 21 decal on the back of all helmets during Week 13. On top of this, the Redskins unveiled a banner with his name and number on it while establishing a trust fund for his daughter Jackie, among other kind gestures. The NFL definitely has a soft heart for situations like this. But now, let's transition to a more positive story about Kurt Warner. Because making it to the NFL isn't easy. And you better believe Warner learned this the hard way. After going undrafted in the 1994 NFL Draft, Warner was signed by the Packers, only to be cut a few days later. From there, he found himself making $5.50 an hour while working as a grocery store bagger. As humbling as this situation is, Warner never lost hope and was eventually signed by the Rams in 1998.
Never gave up.
Then, 1 year later, Warner was entrusted into the starting lineup. Once starting quarterback Trent Green suffered a season-ending injury. With the offense in his control, he never looked back. That very same year, Warner earned MVP honors and had a legendary Super Bowl performance.
Kiss, is that his mom? He likes older women, if not.
Hard work really does pay off. But before we move on, I'm giving $100 to someone who subscribes in the next 7 days.
7 days?
So what are you doing? Subscribe right now.
I don't got enough time.
Now this brings us to Tom Brady. As right before Super Bowl 51, a 7-year-old kid asked Tom Brady a question so wholesome, it made him
Better
cry.
not been asking.
Many people say you're their hero, but who's your hero?
Who's my hero?
The Rock.
All right. That's a great question.
Kid Cudi.
Well, I think my dad is my hero because he's someone that I look up to every day. And
You give him a kiss on the lips, because that's what they do, man. Respect it.
Brady couldn't help but
He's
get
the greatest
choked
ever.
up
We can't
thinking
challenge
about
him.
his dad. Shout out to all the dads like Brady.
Shout out to Brady.
Meanwhile, I'd also like to give a shout out to the players at the 2020 NFL Pro Bowl. Since it's pretty easy to get caught up in the game, players sometimes lose sight of what's going on in the world. Although, this wasn't the case on January 26th, 2020. The world got news that Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gianna had died in a helicopter.
Why are you doing this to me?
And after losing such a basketball and global icon, the NFL players felt urged to honor him in whatever ways they could. So during the game, players did various basketball celebrations to give Kobe some love. This includes
Boys, I'm gonna cry.
Adams, who did a 360
Yo, we did a 360.
dunk on the
Yo, Kobe won a dunk
goalpost
contest
after
with that.
touchdown.
It was the
Then,
worst dunk contest ever. The worst. Kobe won it.
following
The worst.
Game, Lamar Jackson
Actually, no, I take that
said
back. There's
this
terrible
about
ones
Kobe.
nowadays.
That's a legend.
Wait, that's why he got the
did
8?
so much for the game of basketball. A lot of people look to Kobe, including myself. Meanwhile, most Raiders fans will never forget the passing of Al Davis on October 8th, 2011. Because up until Davis died, he was the heart and soul of the
that guy
Raiders.
looks stylish.
Whether serving as the team's head coach, general manager, or part owner, Davis bled black and white. So, fittingly, when Davis died, the Raiders were determined to get a win in his honor. Only
Hell
this
yeah.
win didn't come easy. Leading by 5 with seconds in the game, the Texans were only 5 yards away from sending the Raiders home with a loss. However, the Raiders still came through after a Michael Huff game-sealing interception
Thank you.
at the
Come
goal
again.
line. But what's even more emotional is the time Brian Robinson was carjacked and almost lost his life. And to hear more about that, click this video to see NFL players who were almost killed.
Ooh, that's gonna... What? Almost died to a shark? That... You have to trust it. I saw it on the internet. 10 most emotional NFL moments. Dude, I almost cried with the Kobe moment. Some of these players, I'll be honest, not the biggest NFL fan, but I feel bad. F in the chat for some of the greats. Guys, if you got a video like me to watch or react to, you can tweet me at Troydan under the hashtag TroydanReacts. Thank you for watching, and kids, don't look at that thumbnail. Now it looks disgusting.